What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan. On August 31st, 2014, after Christian's afternoon date with two trolls playing the parts of an interested female party, Catherine, and her cousin, Al, he invited them to visit his house in Ruckersville, Virginia, which was still being renovated after its January fire. She later recounted the beginning of their spontaneous trek. We were going to escape to the mechanic, where Katie's car was, but Christy wanted to follow us. When he offered to show us his house, we took him up on it. We followed him even though Al knew where we were going. Chris seriously drives like my demented old grandma who doesn't have a license anymore because she kept going the wrong way up one-way streets. Though the audio of the entire trip was covertly recorded and transcribed, the recording is now thought to be lost. According to the transcript as found on the Quickie, the three discussed the night of the fire and how he was woken up by his barking dogs. His mother Barbara had tried to put out the fire with a fire extinguisher, but failed to suppress it. Christian believed if she had more than one extinguisher, the fire could have been quelled. They spent an extended amount of time exploring the outside of the property, commenting that there was broken glass and other possible hazards hidden in the grass, caused by the firefighters who broke the windows to enter the property. They then approached the shed in the yard, which was originally constructed to be a workshop, and noted the plaque on the door, which read, "Dreaming Studio of Mr. C and Lil C, where dreams do come true, 1989. Chris pointed out the large cases filled with vinyl records in the shed, which his father Bob played in private. Al noted that he collected records himself and offered to buy some from Chris for a fair price. Chris greatly appreciated this gesture. Immediately after, they made one more stop on their day-long dalliance, the Chandler's rental house.
Damn, this is a nice place. So you've been living here since when?
Yeah, since last February.
Oh.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi, Snoopy. Hi, Clover. Hi, Mom.
Howdy.
Miranda, this here.
Nice to meet you.
That's Catherine and her cousin Al.
Glad to meet you. I'm Big Al.
Very lovely to meet you.
Oh. Snoopy.
There's some, yeah, they seem a little bit worked up there.
That's Snoopy and that's
Strangers
Clover.
in that house.
Also got a case. Just let you know.
Don't bite me. They
Yeah.
seem pretty loud. But,
Yeah, they get loud when there's new people.
Oh, cool. Dude, is this your room?
Yeah, that's my work room.
Can I go in for a moment?
Yeah, sure. Hey now, doggies, calm down. It's good.
So what is all this then?
Yeah, pretty much just random things, but that's the high school I built based on the one from Hard Lake High, dedicated building that to Manchester High. It took me about a month to build that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, Chris, you spent a month to build that?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's dedication right there.
Yeah.
With your comics and stuff, you can do the same thing. If you can be dedicated, like if you can work on that for a month,
Yeah.
you can spend a month working on a comic book.
Anyway,
So-
yeah, I built this house on multiple houses. And here's our minifigs. Me and Catherine.
Aw,
Yeah, I painted kilts on her.
neat. Yeah, that's a little kid. What's that around her neck? Is that like a little medallion? Or?
Yeah. Scientium Rose Medallion.
Okay,
Only my
yeah.
girlfriend eventually would get them.
Oh, cool. So what's it?
Yeah,
It
that's
says.
you.
Is that me? Oh, it's even tinier than I thought. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, too bad you're not staying. We could watch Gigi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We've got to get out of here, Jet.
Yeah. At least let me show you my bedroom. It is right there.
Sure, you go ahead.
So this is sort of like your office then?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Here's where I sleep.
Oh, it's a nice room. Wow, it's a lot of Skylanders.
Yeah.
There's a lot. How many?
Dude, you got a lot of PS3 games.
Yeah.
Did these survive the fire, or did you get
Yes,
these
they all did.
afterwards?
Every last one.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, that's good, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty much our entire
I
collection
did
of
not
them.
realise you kept my picture in your nightstand. Oh, no, wait, I think you did tell me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Who's that?
That's
Who's
my
that?
father.
Oh.
That's Mr. C right there.
So you keep that there to
That's
remember.
Catherine, Mr. C.
Do you think he would have approved of me?
How do you feel?
I like to think so.
And I think he does.
He seems he would have been interested in your best daughter.
Oh, hi, baby girl. She's a kisser. He likes to
They're
kiss.
so cute. I'm sure they'll get used to me eventually.
Yeah.
They just don't know who I am or I am in their house.
Don't be Clover, that's
Oh.
Catherine. Katie. You saw her picture?
You showed your dogs my picture. That's so cute.
Yeah.
They like the picture or what? Or
Well, they sniffed it. They smell everything. Yeah, we got separate pee and poo on the paper.
Yeah, I'm trying
on the
not to
black
stand,
thing.
to stand on it.
they what? Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense down on the
Yeah,
paper. So.
try not to stand on it or anything.
It's awfully inconvenient to take them outside and have
Yeah.
to pick it up.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it inside, pick it up.
Well, yeah, then it's closer so you can clean it up without going as far with it,
72
really.
years old,
So.
I don't.
Fair enough.
Oh, I told Mom about how you have a lot of interesting stories from your travels in the European British areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mom, tell her something about the Western name. One of
Over
your stories.
400 years ago, the king declared the name Weston, W-E-S-T-O-N, not I-N or E-N, but O-N, to be part of England's royalty forever.
Wow. That's a piece of history right there.
Certainly, Christian seems like a pretty good son. He was talking about how he helps you out around the house and all. And
Oh
such.
my gosh.
Yeah.
I couldn't survive without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he takes care of Katie just as well. So.
I'm pretty confident I will. I've had practice.
So.
He's had a lot of practice. His father died 3 years ago.
I know we heard. I'm
Yeah.
terribly sorry.
Sorry, I apologize for your loss. That's gonna suck.
Yeah.
So.
You never get over it. We were married 31 years.
That's a long marriage.
Yeah.
And 2 months after we were married, he had triple bypasses. And the doctors told him that he would not have lived 2 more weeks.
Wow.
He hadn't had. And if he hadn't married me, he'd never know.
Because you made him go to the doctor. Smart
Very,
move.
very subtly, because he was an engineer at GE, and he did hardcore negotiating to sell their products.
Snoopy, calm down.
Yeah. I don't know if
But we
there's much room
There's
here.
not
We
enough
can't
room
stay
to
too
sit.
terribly.
Yeah, we're gonna head out in a few
The
minutes
couch
anyway.
belongs
So.
to the dogs. They saved us
That's their
from the
will.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian said they woke you up.
Yeah.
I burned both feet because I didn't have any shoes on.
You had to walk through the fire then?
Well, I had this extinguisher trying to put it out, and what happened was
So you saw the fire. You grabbed an extinguisher. You're lucky you had
he
one on
grabbed the
hand.
extinguisher, pulled the thing out, and handed it.
Yeah, I remember from training, you pull the pin first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you hand it off to your mum.
Sounds like you were both pretty brave to fight the fire like that.
We didn't have any choice. I was able to hold it just long enough for him to get his head together, get the dogs and the cat. That's
so
okay.
sorry for your loss.
That's okay. It hasn't been totally bad.
Well, life happens,
I
Things
think for a
happen.
reason.
You just get through it, so.
I think for a reason.
That's
I appreciate you driving her down.
Yeah.
That was a
Well-
good security move.
Well, her car
car
broke down, and
on
so
the
it wasn't
drive
really any choice. I was the only guy that could, so.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Everything.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't know Christian or anything. I hadn't met you all at all, and they were talking pretty serious, like it seemed. So I thought that I'd get to know your family as well, because if these two are going to get hitched, it's going to be one
You're
family.
just as
So,
beautiful as he said.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet.
You
Yeah.
are.
so
You are.
Oh, I think I told Katie about how Barbara Ann wanted to be an English teacher.
Oh,
Enjoyed some English literature, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes a lot of Shakespeare.
Yeah, I do like Shakespeare.
She also enjoys the Tudors HBO program through Netflix, all about King Henry VIII.
Oh, Henry VIII. Anne Boleyn, his wife,
One of, yeah. One of
refused.
the last of the Tudors.
We're blood kin to them.
I suppose we
We
go
are
back
blood
on.
kin to every blood Weston in the world.
That would be an interesting thing to research, like go through old records and things like that and actually draw a line and be able to say this is exactly where that went.
I still don't know the missing link between Richard Weston and Mary Boleyn. Oh yeah, in our thinking ahead, I did mention to her that I promised you our first daughter would have the middle name Weston.
Yeah.
So we can
Yep.
continue that tradition and royalty.
Okay. Well, we'll let you go now.
Yeah.
Right, thank you for your hospitality.
See us.
Yep. Nice
do.
place.
So let me-
Nice place y'all got here. So,
Over that.
yeah.
Okay, well, hey, Catherine, before you go,
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know, what am I doing in a place like this? Waiting for the most honest, true, and awesome woman to come around in my life.
Oh my god, you're so sweet.
At this point, according to Catherine, Christian put his arm around her and tried to kiss her. She feigned to sneeze to dodge it.
I'm so glad this is working out very well.
Me too. Sorry, we've got to get going or I need to get my things back.
Well, hey, Chris, we'll both be pretty busy, but you and Katie can talk over the internet, and we'll see if we can work something out over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe meet up again. I don't
Yeah,
know. So,
hopefully, Katie, you know where we are. You can come over yourself if you feel like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
okay.
I'd let you know, obviously. I wouldn't just turn up. That would be sort of rude.
yeah, we
Well-
wouldn't want to interrupt nothing like that.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay. Well, anyway, it was nice meeting.
After she left, Chris changed his Facebook status to in a relationship, citing the start of their relationship as the day they first made contact on OkCupid, July 9th. At a later date, Catherine leaked some of the items from the goodie bag she was given by Chris. These included a mix CD called 3/4 Woman, featuring 21 songs sung over by Chris, and 2 drawings telling a story of Chris getting attacked and downtrodden by internet trolls. Fortunately, Catherine in angelic form comes to revive him by sending an electrical charge into him via cables clamped onto Catherine and Christian's respective nipples with alligator clips. On September 2nd, Chris wrote and then sent her a handwritten letter detailing his vows for the relationship as sweethearts, soulmates, and partners. I, Christian Weston Chandler, of sound mind and body, to Catherine, with this, my class ring, I take thee, Catherine, to be my sweetheart, lover, and girlfriend, in our relationship with mutual loyalty, devotion, trust, and companionship. And I solemnly vow to maintain respect for you as my partner, to remain a good, loyal, honest, and supportive partner to you, to keep any and all information about you, sensitive and whatever else, secret and strictly confidential between the two of us alone, unless you specifically specify such a detail to be shared with another trusted person in our lives. To fully maintain honesty and loyalty to you at all times, now and forever. Even when and if I should feel need for a break, or to find fun with anyone else, I vow to inform you of such times and with who, and all other details of such. To keep you topmost on my heart and soul, alongside my mother, who remains of my utmost loyalties, honesty, and such that goes in the mother-child relationship respectfully, and all relate priorities as well. To remain, emotionally and mentally, open to you forever. To add more vows to this list as we continue on with our relationship, as they come about and when they come about. In addition, he offered to give her his high school graduation amethyst ring, but she declined. On that same day, he posted on Facebook that he was offering 2 of his original drawings up for sale on eBay at a limited $50 off offer, reducing their individual prices to $150. The next day, Christian left a reply on a Facebook post made by the official Sonic the Hedgehog page, which advertised the upcoming video game and partner TV show, Sonic Boom. He stated his hatred of Sonic's new design, who would have blue-colored arms rather than the past tan color, and stated that he would be boycotting the game until his arm color was changed. On September 4th, Chris acquired a miniature display case showcasing police equipment and uniform from its owner who no longer wanted it. He promptly put it up on eBay for $100 and advertised the new listing on Facebook. According to the description, the piece was created in 1941 and would make a good present to the uncorrupted local authority as opposed to the corrupted and power-abusing majority. He later updated the description to state that all the items, including the gun, were fake and firmly glued into place, possibly as a response to inquiries or criticisms from eBay staff. He added that the case was 26 inches tall and weighed between 50 and 100 pounds, and demanded that no one report or remove the listing. Some people left queries about the item, a few of which questioned the reasoning for the shipping price being set at $50. Chris answered that once bidding starts on an item, he cannot edit the details, and asked that the persons blame the opening bidder for the inconvenience. In addition, a few individuals commented on the possible rodent droppings seen in the background of the listed photos, but Chris firmly denied this. On September 5th, Christian notified his Facebook friends and followers that he would be delayed in fulfilling his commissions because he was talking and getting to know his girlfriend over the past month. He promised that he would fulfill all of his orders in 3 days. On that same day, he made a Facebook post claiming that since he defaced an Xbox One game console display in Walmart in 2013 to make it read Hexbox, he had grown to understand what he had done wrong and asked to be unbanned from the Walmarts of both Ruckersville and Charlottesville. He revealed that he had written a letter of apology addressed to the manager of the store and that she had called him, letting him know that she would not be lifting his ban. He stated that by doing so, she was discriminating not only against an autistic person, but also a lesbian trapped in a male body, and transgender. He pleaded for his followers, the Human Rights Campaign, and the LGBT community to go to the Walmart to demand that Christian be allowed to re-enter the store. On the 9th, he announced that his 2 temporarily discounted works on eBay would remain permanently priced at $150 for their final 2 days until their listings expire, and urged people to buy them, as he would also include a free commissioned drawing. On that same day, he posted 3 new drawings up for sale on eBay, also for a price of $150. 2 starred Angelica Rosechew and Bubbles Rosechew, respectively, and another featured a return of Rosechew in commemoration of brave women who have braved their own battles, including the Women's Army Corps and members of the LGBT community. Later that day, he posted that he had gone to a Human Rights Campaign store to buy some items promoting the cause, and displayed them in a photo. The next day, Chris clarified on Facebook that his new girlfriend was not a hooker or a prostitute, and felt sorry for the women who had to work in that profession. On September 13th, he announced that he was adding another commission category to his eBay page, reproductions of Astonichu and Rosechew medallions, sold for $30. He stated that it could take up to 2 weeks for a single medallion to get made. In the first couple of days, he received over 20 orders. Also on September 13th, Christian wrote a post clarifying that he preferred to define the word gay according to its antiquated meanings, namely cheerful, colorful, and happy, rather than the more common use of the word as a synonym for homosexual. In another post, he lambasted those who used the word in a derogatory fashion to call someone or something stupid, and quoted some original lyrics for a song inspired by the film My Little Pony: Equestria Girls. Gay is colors, gay is bold, gay is happy. The way you use the word, it makes you real crappy. Rainbooms rock. In addition, he made a post revealing that he had gone to a local pride parade. I was at the Pride Festival today, and I really felt accepted and liked among the LGBT community. Like I do belong there as a lesbian transgender that I am, and a lot of real women there showed me kindness and respect. Smiling face emoji. I feel better about myself for that. But I was not in the mental state to meet new people yet. But I did make some acquaintances, talked with some of them for a bit. But I do feel that I really want to do more with the community, so I may join up with a Seaville Pride or something. I have some pamphlets and details. I will make my own decisions. 3 days later, he announced a special offer of offering free Sonichu or Rosechew medallions with every colored commission, the proceeds from which were desperately needed for his mother's dental work, which could cost $600. On September 17th, Marvin, the man in the pickle suit during Chris's date with Emily, and also a moderator of the Kiwi Farms, posted a screenshot of a message the troll Kim Wilson sent to Chris, asking about his so-called intimate piercing. Marvin claimed that Christian had gotten a body piercing in his perineum, also known as a taint, which was the area of the body between a person's genital region and their anus. Chris seemingly saw this post and decided to address his taint piercing on Facebook the following day. I had something done to me that is radical, that I did for my lesbian soul. I got a new piercing on my taint on Monday the 15th, about where my clitoris would be if I was a woman. It is a short, steel straight piece with steel spheres, of which I refer to them as my unclit. I'm tending to its cleaning personally, in daily baths or showers, as well as cleaning the area with rubbing alcohol twice daily. I, Christian Weston Chandler, with no other outside opinions from anyone, have long been thinking about getting a piercing on my taint. with a steel sphere where my clitoris would be if I was born female, in my sole identity as a female and a lesbian, as a fair substitute for that, and to stimulate the woman's clitoris by scissoring, years ago after watching the lesbian couple tribbing each other in the softcore porn movie, The Key to Sex. And for those who don't know about tribbing, it is more commonly known as scissoring. Tribadism is where one woman rubs her vulva against the other woman's vulva to stimulate each other's clitoris. In fact, there are clits that actually stick out, penetrating the labia and better stimulating the other clitoris. The female bonobo monkeys have long clits, and they trib other female bonobos a lot of the time. And to make sure everyone understands once and for all, I am a female lesbian soul trapped in a male body. Or to put it another way, I am a lesbian transgender. I am seriously into women. Males offend me. Even my own penis totally grosses me out. I'm glad that I tuck it underneath my taint, so I do not have to look down at the ugly bulge. I have come out as the lesbian transgender that I always have been and ever will. And for every one of you sods who continue to mislabel me as a homosexual male, or hint towards anything of that even in distasteful jest, you all can kiss my vagina of my soul. Have a good day. At the bottom of his post, he shared a link to the Tribadism page on Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia. Because the link's preview thumbnail included illustrations of people having sex, a troll reported Christian for sharing nudity on Facebook, though no action was ultimately taken against him. Members of the Kiwi Farms discussed Chris's unclit in great length, worrying about a possible infection which could lead to other health problems if not treated properly. It marked a high point of activity for the forums, and the thread discussing Chris's taint eventually reached 45 pages. Also on September 18th, Christian wrote a Facebook post after he had learned about the possible existence of haters of the LGBTQ community within the Human Rights Campaign. He asked for cyberbullies and internet trolls to stop what they are doing and shut down their hateful website for good, sharing 4 concept drawings for his hypothetical Trollbusters task force. 2 days later, he apologized for an earlier post in which he attempted to redefine the word gay and stated that he accepted the gays as people like any other person. In closing, he also apologized for past comments he made, wherein he wished to turn gay people straight, conceding that it was wrong of him to think so. On the 20th, he listed both his 1997 Cadillac Seville and his mother's 1996 BMW Z3 up for sale on the online marketplace website, Craigslist. Chris aimed to sell his car for $5,000 and noted that it needed extensive maintenance, including replacing the battery and mending a cracked engine block. The following day, he elaborated on his creative process when making the Sonichu medallions for his buyers. Just to let everyone know why I estimate 2 weeks for a creation of a medal or more. First, I have to be in the mood and mindset for creation as best as I am able, or otherwise not busy with live details or chores and errands. Then I have to mold them according to my own specifications, including being able to fit into the 3.5-inch square boxes with cotton puddings per box. Then they all have to air dry overnight. Then I paint the details, let that dry, and then use a permanent ink fine point marker to handwrite my signature, open parentheses, C, close parentheses, and production number, followed by measuring the lengths of the neck straps from the longer leather strips, thread them through the rings of each medal as tie the 2 ends together. Then I print or photocopy the small square blank certificates, fill them each appropriately with their respective medal, and then laminate the certificates. And then there's the package wrapping, addressing, and shipping them out at my local USPS post office. Around then, I would add to the tracking numbers respectively as well. And with that, I'm making my promise now that from the first week's order amount, if over 30 medals, I will have them all ready to ship and ship them all on Friday the 27th. At around the same time, Christian was emailing Catherine about his plans for when they have sex. He informed her of his efforts in designing and testing a strap-on-like device without the dildo attached, so that he could keep his penis and testicles hidden as the pair perform tribadism, but his initial design failed to work as intended during testing. In the next email, Christian shared his experiences with trying out the dildo that came with a strap-on that he ordered. He tried to insert it along with a washcloth to clean out his rectum, but failed to do so. Soon after, he tried inserting it into himself in different ways while in his bathtub filled with water, but it merely caused him pain. He placed the dildo into a dresser drawer, where he also stored his deflated woman's sex doll, which he hadn't used in months, since he felt that inanimate objects did not satisfy him as they did before. It was also possibly around this time that he replied to an email from Catherine concerning Chris's school papers that were stolen from his house and leaked onto the forums. He told her that he suspected the thief to have been a boy who lived across the street from him who hated the Chandlers. He described an event during which the neighbor's cat attacked Chris and Barbara with its claws, so they called for animal control, who came to pick up the cat and euthanized it. Ever since then, Chris alleged that the boy, along with his grandfather, have been plotting against him and claimed that they had bred a snake which they released into their cement front porch through a hole they had made themselves to attack the Chandlers. In addition, he thought that they were responsible for several eggings of their property, and also for stealing Barbara's purse and a reproduction of a Salvador Dali painting. On September 23rd, Christian unveiled a new campaign on the crowdfunding site Kickstarter. In it, Chris asked for funds to build a Lego replica of his hypothetical Quickville shopping center, showing off a blueprint plan of the building he had made during his time in Piedmont, Virginia Community College. He wrote that he needed $5,000 in order to buy existing Lego sets, from which he would take necessary pieces in order to construct the shopping center. If backers pledged certain high amounts, they would get special rewards in return, as is customary on the website. However, all the pledged rewards consisted of sending the backers Lego-related merchandise, which was in violation of the terms of service of the website, which stated that the pledged gold rewards had to be original works made by the creator of the Kickstarter page. For the featured video to promote the campaign, he used his Lego Manchester High School video filmed in October 2013. Chris received some attention for this update, and seemingly attracted willing backers who contributed small amounts for his project. As per the website's rules, backers had 24 hours to retract their bids with no questions asked. Trolls, who used low-effort tactics, attempting to bother Chris and/or echoed the actions of past trolls, who are known as weens, took advantage of this clause by donating large amounts to the fund before retracting their bids shortly after. Weens also backed the project using aliases such as past troll Clyde Cash and Japanese video game developer Hideo Kojima. On September 24th, Chris notified his Facebook followers that he had bought a used car, a 2010 Ford Focus, after he was approved a loan, and complained about his newly acquired insurance payments. He pleaded for more people to buy his framed drawings on eBay, as at the moment, he did not have enough money to ship out his commissioned medallions. He soon after posted some details about the new purchase, revealing that it was his mother's idea to buy a new vehicle, specifically wanting one with an automatic transmission. She had her eyes on a van, while Chris wanted the more sporty Ford Focus. It appeared that they were also going to buy a van as well. As a result of possible delays in sending medallions to buyers, a few users decided to file complaints to Christian's eBay account, effectively freezing their payments. One of these individuals, who became referred to as Mr. Smith, received many angry private messages on eBay. Chris demanded that he remove the case against him since it risked putting his PayPal account in debt, and would then have to pay overdraft fees. On the 26th, Chris informed his followers that he received more funds which enabled him to send out the medallions the following morning. He mentioned that he was still being troubled by Mr. Smith, exposing his real first name. He later posted one of his private messages to Mr. Smith on Facebook, asking people not to open any eBay cases against him. He also sent the same message to all individuals who had purchased a medallion from him on eBay. Soon, he updated his Facebook post with a comment stating that he would ship out the medallions of Mr. Smith and another person who had made a claim against him within the next 5 days. He shared both of their full names, hometowns, and their eBay usernames, and branded them as bullies. He promptly deleted it, though other people screenshotted it before it disappeared, and as a result, Mr. Smith received one prank call to his home phone. In response, Mr. Smith sent him a heated eBay message saying that he would be reporting Chris to eBay because his private information was publicly showcased. Chris calmly apologized for trolling him and wrote that he would send out his medallion the following day. Chris asked him to stop the chaos, even though Mr. Smith claimed that he spent an hour with eBay customer support regarding the issue. On September 27th, he issued an apology on Facebook for naming the people who had made cases against him. He added that he was very stressed at the time and still suffered from grief and stress that he feared could cause him to have a heart attack or a stroke. He admitted that it was wrong of him to do that, and wished that people could forgive and forget his actions. Chris wrote to Mr. Smith that he was not only torturing an autistic individual by keeping his claim active, but also a lesbian and a transgender. He threatened to inform the HRC and autism facilities about his bullying and abuse. He pleaded for the attacks to stop since his medallion had already been shipped. The next day, Chris told his followers that he sent out over 10 medallions in addition to working on more commissions overnight. He stated that making claims against him would not make Chris produce the merchandise any faster and would only be a lose-lose situation for everyone involved. Also on that day, Christian emailed one Shayna Cohen, a troll playing the part of Catherine's friend. He asked her about her current condition after attending a bachelorette party, with Shayna informing him that after the party, she went to spend some time with one of the groomsmen, Colin, and that she still had her phone turned off. Christian replied, stating that even though he acknowledged that they were in an open relationship, he felt uneasy about Catherine breaking up with him because of Colin. Since he missed her greatly, he decided to send her a text message. Shayna told him that he didn't have to worry about Colin being inappropriate with her because he was a nice guy who came from a wealthy family, which only upset Chris more since he was most concerned about finances being the cause of their breakup. On September 29th, Shayna emailed Colin about what he had been doing with Catherine after finding out that she would spend the next few days in New York City. She also sent a copy of the email to Catherine and also to Christian, allegedly by accident, apologizing for the mistake in a follow-up email. Chris told her that he promised not to message Colin and asked if it was possible if Shayna could tell Colin to be repellent towards Catherine, since Chris worried so much about their relationship. Not long after, he rescinded his promise and decided to write Colin an email. You may or may not have heard of me from Catherine, or you don't know me, but Shayna and Rebecca know me. I'm Christian Weston Chandler of Ruckersville, Virginia, artist, crafter, creator of Sonichu and Roastechu, the electric hedgehog Pokemon, and my city of Quickville, Virginia, USA, with the comic book series, Websites Lost to Cyberbullies. I'm very famous worldwide for good and bad. Anyway, Catherine and I have been getting on knowing each other, growing mutual deep emotions, and fondness with mutual care and respect for over a month now. Recent events have her feeling off, and I really wish for her and mine relationship to be forever lasting. Your possible flirtatious actions and wealthy tricks with deceptions are not helpful in this situation, as I have a lot of worry and care and respect for her very much. Not only that, but I fully support her for the orientation she is, as well as the sweetest, kindest, and most true and pure soul that she is. I can only imagine that your cold, money-filled blue blood will not satisfy or fulfill her emotional needs. She and I are a great 95+% match from over the 1,000 questions we both have answered on our OkCupid profiles. You can never top that. If you have any shred of a heart or respect as a human being, I would deeply appreciate it if you would be repellent to Catherine and encourage her to stay with the one who can emotionally support her fully and utmost. Me. Thank you, and I will wish you a good and safe day for now. Colin sent a reply, taking his words as a veiled threat, and was not impressed with his attitude. Chris apologized for sounding threatening and told him that she was his sweetheart and feared that Colin was a women heartbreaking playboy with no regard for her, and demanded that he tell him and Shayna what he had been doing with Catherine. Colin wrote that if he wanted to talk to her, he should do so himself, since he was not Chris's messenger. Meanwhile, he notified Shayna of their interactions. She said that Colin was pissed at her for mistakenly sending that email to Chris, thusly revealing Colin's email address. He was equally pissed off with Chris for continuously bothering him and sending him threats. Christian royally apologized for his actions, debating whether his heart was in the right place or if he was dumb and retarded. At around the same time, Kickstarter notified Christian that his campaign did not meet their criteria, stating that his page would be suspended in 48 hours. He acknowledged that the issue was with the pledge goal rewards being seen as resold merchandise, and would instead consider custom engraving Lego bricks for anyone who donated $50 or more, or having their name placed on bricks in the final Quickville shopping center model. Ultimately, he abandoned the Kickstarter and his project, as his last recorded login to the site was on October 4th, 2014. By the end of September, the first batch of medallions got delivered to their owners, some of whom chose to share what they received on the Kiwi Farms. They all featured miniature certificates of authenticity with handwritten signatures, dates of completion, and individual numbers for each medallion issued. Medallion number 19, however, the one made for Mr. Smith, was made differently. Sonichu's eyes were colored orange-red rather than white. He had a frown instead of a smile, and his eyebrows were angled at a scornful angle. Furthermore, his certificate of authenticity had significant ink smudging on it. Mr. Smith was personally rather amused by this delivery, but decided to use the opportunity to further antagonize Chris by making another claim against him on eBay, stating that the product he received was not what he had purchased. Chris wrote back, "I did not send you the wrong medallion. I purposely molded, drew, and colored it to be angry at you for your constant stubborn attitude and bullying, and you are certainly bucking up to be worthy of my own anger as well. Accurate item, made custom just for you, Smith." He also shared on Facebook the reasoning behind the existence of the angry-faced Sonichu medallion. While Christian's efforts at using his own infamy to generate extra income seemed like a wise idea, his execution of it had many faults, which included a failure to keep up with demands, and a pricing plan which reflected his perceived infamous reputation. In his struggles to help his family's financial situation, he was faced with some difficult truths about life, accountability, and responsibility.